Very torn
All right.
on. Very torn
Look
on.
at it. What's going on, y'all? This is a fucking excitement, some enthusiasm. Goddamn it! It's not my channel. I can't do what I want.
Save that on the clip.
Okay, yeah. September 20 for the only recap for September 23rd, 2020 of AEW's Wednesday Night Dynamite. To me, this show was very meh, very average, very blah, very just there, very whatever. There was one MVP, far and away the MVP. That was Eddie Kingston. Promo was fantastic. His match with Moxley was really good, I thought. Differently paced, differently booked. Felt more like a really drawn out slap contest.
That's a good way to put it.
Yeah, but I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the violence. I enjoyed the facial expressions. I enjoyed Moxley establishing his toughness, which fucking built off of the promo from Kingston earlier.
I think Kingston hasn't missed on anything he's done since he showed up.
Ever. It's a fantastic promo.
He is batting 1,000.
It was a really good match, I thought. Moxley obviously really good for his part.
I like the finish. I felt weird about it at first, but I like the cop out of it. He never got eliminated from the Battle Royal. Now he never gave up or submitted.
I do like that.
And we can just keep that going as a gimmick, hopefully.
Will Hobbs and Darby Allin made the save.
Still got a spotlight on Willie Hobbs.
But they both got jumped by
Everybody minus
Blade
Brian
Butcher.
Cage.
I was gonna say minus Blade Butcher.
Right. Me too.
Yeah. Other highlights of the night included. This is a very truncated AE recap. Other highlights included Matt Jackson and his promo of Tony Schiavone. I get it. They're upset, but they're upset and they're behaving like children, quite frankly. So I don't.
They're throwing their money around now.
I just feel like douchebags to me.
You're gonna smash Tony's phone. Tony of all people.
Yeah, I get it. They don't want to hear about FTR. I got it. Speaking of FTR, you know what? I probably should mention them second. Their promo, or segment rather, was probably the second highlight for me. I love them as a heel act, especially with Tully. And I love this gimmick. What do you call it? 20-minute brush with greatness?
Yeah, brush with greatness.
It's a great heel gimmick. It's a great way to get 10 to 20 minutes every week out of your fucking heel 10. It feels like, quite frankly, it feels like a replacement for Cody's TV challenge.
I was about to say.
Yeah. I'm not mad at it. I like it. You got 2 hours, let's fill it with some good stuff if we can. Mm-hmm. And I like best friends. You don't like Chucky T's, what do you call them?
Dweebness.
Yeah, I like it. It fits a gimmick. It works. And it builds on
weenies.
Yes.
Oh.
Listen.
You're a grown man. Not much of one, but you're a grown man.
Yes, that's the point. He's not. He's just a nerd. Not fucking, if this was 20 years ago.
Nerds.
Yes.
Like,
Chuck E. T says weenies. Do you believe Chuck E. T says weenies? Did you buy it that he would say that? I did.
It's just something I expected of Marco's son, not Chuck E. T. Like, I think part of my problem is I want to like Chuck E. T.
Ain't nobody actually, first of all, this is not about your expectations.
Oh.
Do you believe Chuck E. T says weenies? His character says weenies. Yes, you do. Of course you do.
I guess.
Listen, fucking, if this was 20 years ago, let me tell you something, son, you weenies, I'd be like, what the fuck is that? But it's not Austin. It's Chuck E. T. Let him do what he wants.
Disgusting.
It works. And I like them building off of their big win last week. Orange Cassidy's big win last week. Speaking of which, Orange Cassidy had a TV title match against Mr. Brody. Match was fine, but too fine. Does that make any sense? I have the same Archer problem I have with Mr. Brody now. I'm having it. I don't like these long, drawn-out matches. I understand we got to protect Orange Cassidy. I get it. He's a star now.
Which is why he shouldn't have the title match.
We're on the same page. He should not. And then Cody makes his big comeback. And it's like Cody is here with his black hair.
Here's my issue, right? It's, if you want to have, we have too many things all in one spot and none of it fits. You want Orange Cassidy to have a title match because you want us to take him seriously. I get that. I don't think it should go against the monster heel of Mr. Brody Lee.
Well, it's got to. That's a champ.
Right? But Mr. Brody Lee should be still, in my opinion, having quick wipeout matches, or have maybe someone of a larger stature if he's gonna go a longer match with. No disrespect to Orange Cassidy, but
You didn't like the Dustin Rhodes match. Dustin Rhodes is the largest. He's just as tall and big as he is.
He's 97 years old.
All right, we can't keep doing that. The point is,
so whatever. But then you take these two things that are weirdly juxtaposed, and you overshadow all of it with the return of Cody and his dark hair.
To me, this feels like it's just. It feels like 3 different people wrote 3 different episodes of one television show.
Wouldn't it make more sense for Cody to come back after a Brody Lee squash on somebody, and then Cody just shows up?
No. Well, yes. Here's the thing. The thing was poorly booked from the beginning. Fucking Brody squashes Cody. I loved it. I love the booking of it. I love the idea of it. I understand Cody was leaving anyway. It doesn't matter. I don't care why. I just like that it happened.
He dyed his hair.
I like that it happened. 6 minutes and then an assault on fucking everybody. I'm here for the shits. By the way, I like Brody's promo after the show. We forgot to mention I like Brody's promo on the show.
Dog collar promo, by the way.
Then there's a 6-man tag match. Whatever. Or 8-man tag? There's an 8-man tag match at the pay-per-view. 8-man tag match. Nah. Dustin wins. Dustin gets the title shot. Okay. Now here's my point. If we're going to do the Cody thing 2 or 3 weeks from then, we cannot have a competitive Dustin Rhodes match for this match. It's got to be a squash. 6 minutes, the same amount of time. He beats you out of him. They beat you out of maybe not Orange Cassidy, somebody else. Scorpio Sky would be a good fit. Matt Cardona would be a good fit.
Chucky T.
He does the same thing, and then here comes Cody, who wasn't taking the first match seriously. He got caught off guard by Mr. Brody. He burned himself out, and now he's black hair. He's focused. No more horse shit. It's just me ready for revenge. I'm here for that storyline. But Brody's struggling with Orange Cassidy. He struggled with Dustin Rhodes. I'm not here for any of this.
And Dustin Rhodes looks significantly stronger than Cody.
And also, he's scared this guy I just beat in 6 minutes.
Wiped out, by the way.
And by the way, I'm walking away from the ring because here comes this guy. Like, enough.
Ugh. This guy I laid out completely is coming to the ring now.
And a minor complaint. Brody, a physical complaint at this point. Brody mentioned Anna Jay laying out Brandy after he mentions fucking Brandy's thirst traps, which is hilarious. That should have been on Dynamite. If that happened the way he said it happened, at least enough of it did, that should have been on Dynamite. I want to see that as their story. I was in Dark. Try to get you to watch Dark. Not interested.
Agree.
Get rid of a fucking Thunder Rosa match and let's do fucking Anna Jay versus Brandy.
It's coming around.
First of all, don't get me started on your whole shit with Thunder Rosa. My problem is with all those matches.
Which matches, Jimmy?
Girls match. I don't have a problem with the girls match. Girls matches. I just fucking have a problem with what's her name? Evilise?
Yeah.
She stinks.
Well, she's not even the worst one. Diamante. Yeah.
Whatever. Speaking of which, they had a tag team match. Everybody looked bad. And that's not the only tag match I can say that for. The match started at the beginning of the night. We had Sonny Kiss and Joey Janela versus Miro. I'm gonna stop doing these eventually because I don't want my name attached to anything fucking said. Miro and Kip Sabian. I wrote down. I don't really look at it, so what I wrote. Miro looks rusty. Sonny Kiss is still green. Joey Janela stinks. And Kip Sabian's not good enough to carry 3 other people. It is what it is. That match.
Miro did get hurt apparently during the match. He tweaked his knee or ankle or something.
So that was a real injury.
Yeah, when he came out, yeah.
To be fair, he didn't look great before that.
Touche.
To be fair.
He did recover rather quickly, so I thought it was a work. But, yeah. So that kind of explains him dumping, was it Janela on his head outside?
Yeah, he definitely missed. I feel like he didn't have. I thought he just fucking. It had been so long since he was in the ring. He overestimated how strong he still was. A couple times he was supposed to toss somebody to X, and he only made it to.
He got it to
yeah.
I kind of thought he was trying to do AEW a favor, really. Just dump Janela on his head. But, yeah.
We missed anything? I don't think so.
He still does the finish. He called it game over now, by the way. Yeah.
Is that the camel clutch?
Yeah.
I like it. Especially with the blonde hair, it looks like the sign of a planner.
I do like he still does a stomp to the back.
Yes, it's very violent. I don't think we're missing anything. Young Bucks, FTR, Brody, Moxley, MJF, and Chris Jericho. Now,
The bromance.
MJF and Chris Jericho. I didn't love their conversation from a couple weeks ago. I think Sid SP3 kind of sold me on why it worked in a technical context, not an actual storyline context. But I didn't like it for storyline purposes, so I didn't like it. And I don't like them bringing it back. I guess you gotta bring it back because otherwise you did the first one for no reason. I guess just throwing fucking good money after bad. But I didn't care for this one either, to be honest.
It was a lot better than them just being outside the parking lot. But I don't know, it just feels weird.
Can he be blasphemous? Not blasphemous because he's done it 100 times before. It might be, I'm not sure because it's AEW and he's been so prominent for, I don't know how long the show's been on now. But we might be getting to a time where Chris Jericho might need to fucking pull another rabbit out of his hat and reinvent himself again. I'm kind of over it. Especially as we now have like...
You don't like the million viewer man?
That's not a reinvention. You're just coming up with a nickname. I'm talking about fucking MJF saying I'm an honest man, by the way. I popped. We need one of them. Just fucking, I don't know where he got this coming from, or we got the last one from, or the other 50 to pull out. Fucking pull out 51. I need a new one. We have Chris Jericho now, MJF. I got that guy now. Give me a different guy. And not in a Matt Hardy kind of way. I didn't think of Matt Hardy. Can I be blasphemous? That's not blasphemous. I don't know how
factual.
I don't know how you nerds feel about Matt Hardy.
They love him.
They do?
For some reason.
Really? Listen. Without all the theatrics, I had forgotten how shockingly average Matt Hardy is. He is shockingly average. He doesn't have any charisma to speak of. He's not particularly talented on the microphone. And now he's old. No offense. And he's taking and to be fair, and in respect to him, he's taking a lot of fucking bumps. And it looks like it's worn him out, quite frankly, when he's in the ring. So, I don't know why he's at such a prominent spot outside the fact that his name's Matt Hardy.
That's why, because his name is Matt Hardy. But, like, he's not the one that made the name Hardy matter.
That's strong.
So...
He had his input.
Yeah, he was the one to take the bumps.
You're ridiculous.
Matt Hardy.
First of all, Jeff Hardy's taking more bumps than Matt Hardy has.
Because he's got, rightfully, had more prominent spotlight.
Listen, I agree. I understand Jeff's got his problems. Lord knows. But he's obviously the more talented of the two.
Yeah, Matt Hardy's always been,
That's gorgeous.
20 years, 30 years, just, Why? Because he's in the match that was awesome with Edge and Jeff and the Dudleys. Oh my God, Matt Hardy.
You know Christian on purpose? What are you, a cunt?
Christian stinks worse.
You are an idiot.
Surprisingly.
This is why I have to reevaluate Matt Hardy's evaluation. Because if you think Matt Hardy stinks, then you must not stink. Because you don't like Christian. First of all, Christian is splendid. I didn't even watch wrestling in 2009, 2010, but I love those fucking Randy Orton matches. These matches are fucking fantastic. I love this
I hated those so much.
Well, then you're an idiot. Enough. Let's move on. We're getting off topic here. You stink. Jesus fucking Christ.
Ugh. Christian's horrible.
Someone getting your nose space. Go get your taste reevaluated. Ugh.
They don't know about my nose.
Ugh.
You really like the one more match thing?
What?
You really like the one more match storyline?
I didn't say anything about storyline. I said I love those matches is what I said. In a vacuum, those matches are great. Those matches are fantastic.
I don't know.
Jesus.
I'm careful. I don't like Christian.
His run in 2005, that WrestleMania 20, that's 2004. 2004, heel turn, him and Trish. Are you out of your fucking mind? The TNA run? Are you out of your fucking mind? Christian's fantastic. You stink. You stink.
Yeah. Second worst person in those matches.
You stink.
So.
I can't get over this. I can't finish this fucking recap. Go ahead. Wrap this up.
Matt Hardy's terrible. Has mostly always been terrible. And now he's beaten down and he's old and he's hokey with these metamorphosizing gimmicks. And it's just all horrid. It's a waste of money. It's literally Tony Khan burning his money. Why? He can coach Private Party, which he doesn't even always do. Because he's too wrapped up in his own thing with Sammy before this. Like,
Sammy return was odd.
Yeah, it was just so random and forced also for the Sammy return. Like, get rid of Matt, You seem like you kind of want to do something with Private Party.
Mm-hmm.
Do something with Private Party for once. A year later, by the way. You had Mark Hunt do a singles thing. You had Mark Hunt stand up and try to be a man and take another single shot, which concerned me a little bit. But then Isaiah Cassidy stepped up because he needs to be his own man too and step up for himself. And so he's going to have his own match against Jericho. I like this. I don't like if it ever splits up Private Party. You disagree with me on that. But at least get them to push instead of having them be the job guys that they've been for a year for no reason because they're one of the better tag teams in the company.
Agreed. But they haven't paid their dues, apparently. Which is why they keep getting whatever. I don't really believe in dues paying. I just want to entertain the entertainment.
Yeah.
Anything else?
Okay, it's a Private Party. I just gotta get that in everyone.
Not off the top of my fucking head. I don't think I missed anything. It's pretty solid, I think. Outside of the Christian slander, it's pretty fucking solid.
Several people missing, by the way. Brian Cage, Stu Grayson. Was Butcher and Blade on the show at all? Butcher Blade.
Nyla.
Goat
Baker.
Goat Baker, Nyla. Although Nyla's probably just because she's been stuck with Biggie.
Jesus, how she... They get so much, like, fucking small shit, right? Like, we talked about the 6-minute tag last week.
Yeah.
Like, that booking, that's perfect booking. How do you miss home runs? Like, I don't get it. Nyla by herself was a home run, and you somehow just fucking...
You small bolted. You bunted
The
instead.
fuck you want? And missed.
Yeah, Barry Bonds bunt.
With 2 strikes. Jesus Christ.
And you're not at home.
Yeah, Nyla,
I don't know if it's related,
okay.
but Lance Archer was missing because of COVID. Apparently there's a COVID outbreak within the wrestling world in Florida at the moment with both companies. So while it's not reported that these other people may have gotten sick,
What is this?
random people missing awkwardly. Like Stu Grayson, for example, was literally always with the Dark Order.
Okay, we'll do that. I agree with that one. But AEW takes people off TV every other week because they have a bloated roster, quite frankly.
But certain people work together. So Stu Grayson's always with Dark Order.
I just said that.
Kingston's always with Lucha Brothers and Butcher and Blade.
That's not true. Butcher and Blade are frequently missing.
But since they joined him as a fivesome?
Is that a word? A quintet?
Quintet is the word I couldn't think of. So, it's
Well, we'll see.
concerning.
If they're not there next week. This is random, but I am curious about if the commentary team knows what the dynamic's going to be before they head out. Because sometimes JR takes lead, sometimes Tony Schiavone takes lead, and it seems this week was JR.
I feel like, actually something I want to talk about in a second too. I feel like maybe they get the layout of the show and the announcers look at it and go, like JR just checks out like, they're starting with the what? Alright, figure it out.
Hilarious.
Excalibur or Tony decide if they want to take the lead or not. Speaking of commentary though, I'm not going to say I ate my words, but much more pleasant experience with Kenny Omega on the commentary table.
It was. I thought Kenny was really good. I'm not sure if it's because I've adjusted the way I look at him, or listen to him rather. But once I just think everything he says is sarcastic and or very douchey, he's hilarious. And kind of perfect for the commentary team.
Yeah. His voice itself is still a little like grating, but in terms of what he was delivering, a lot better. It felt a lot more comfortable at the table than last week.
I know apparently all of you love this Omega and Hangman and Young Bucks storyline. I'm over it. It's all very overrated to me. I need a pop. I need something to happen. I get it, we're waiting for TV to do a lot of this. We can't hold back on fucking everything.
Yeah,
just shoot your shot on something.
Don't start any of it if you're not going to pay off on it. You can only rub so much. You said you need a pop.
Not what I meant, but alright. Do you have a plug?
What kind of plug? My battery is dying. You can see @ down below. I post wrestling stuff, and I got something coming out with Sid, awfully exciting as well, to the channel.
Post your comments over down below. Like, share, subscribe.